Journey towards the penalty area, Edouard Mendy and Bono, and joining them for penalty number one, the penalty king, Ivan Toney.
Yeah, wasting no time at all in terms of walking down. I thought he might take his time and let Bono get into the net and be ready so that you're not standing at the ball waiting. But yeah, he wants this, and this is where the cat and mouse and the psychology comes in. He's now having to retrieve his own ball to go and take this penalty. But also knowing that Bono got a hand to his last penalty, what does he do now? Who blinks first? Is it Bono blinks and moves? Or is it Toney has to pick a corner and make sure he determines where he puts it? But yeah, this is the exciting bit. But that's why we love penalties, because it's so unpredictable.
So within the 90 minutes, it was Teo, and then it was Toney. And now to the end. Penalties begin with part two of Ivan Toney and Bono. And relative hush descending across Jeddah. Well, not the first spot kick of the night, but the first spot kick of this penalty shootout in the Kings Cup semi-final. Ivan Toney does not beat Bono, and immediately Al Hilal on the front foot. The rarest scene, a missed penalty from Ivan Toney.
And that's when we speak about the psychology. I think if he hadn't had the penalty beforehand, this is buried in the back of the net. But knowing that Bono had read him the last time, had got a hand to it, he doesn't do enough to put it in the corner, and Bono with a fantastic save to put Al Hilal on the front foot.
Well, that is not the drama, the early drama of this penalty shootout that Alinma Stadium was expecting. And now it is Ruben Neves, who has scored 13 penalties during his time for Al Hilal. He has only ever missed one. But it is 0 from 1 so far in this shootout. And Neves delivers the first blow to Al Ahli.
And determined it himself. He didn't wait for what Mendy was doing. He literally put it into that side net. Looks at him, yes, but puts it in such a great area. Mendy goes the right way, but absolutely no chance. The pace, the power, the placement. Ruben Neves, take a bow.
Steely eyes, steely focus from Ruben Neves. And the pressure is on Al Ahli already. From Kessié, who was the player whose goal forced the game in the quarter-final against Al Qadisiyah to penalties. Bono with the mind games. Kessié not bothered by that. 1-1.
Yeah, good penalty, and again it was about who blinked first, and the slight movement from Bono allowed Kessié to just put it on the left side. But again, all respect, because he understands the psychology, and it's a game, you know. And Leonardo, who we spoke about coming on, wanting to make an impact, hasn't seen much of the ball, but will he be ready from 12 yards to try and put it in the back of the net past Mendy?
He's got a brilliant goal-scoring record for Al Hilal, Marcus Leonardo. 44 goals in his 71 appearances for the club. It's a long run-up for the Brazilian. Marcus Leonardo does the business, straight down the middle. And he's pumped up for the moment.
Yeah, cool and calm, and that pumped up is relief, because he backed himself to go down the middle, knowing that Mendy would make a big move. And fortunately for him, even that long frame of Mendy, it gets past his feet and goes to the back of the net. But it looks like he's trying to give a little bit of advice to Bono, who I think is okay with his own technique, because he has got history of some good penalty saves.
I mean, in this shootout alone, let alone delving back any further, that save from Ivan Toney, at the moment, remains the difference.
But for context, that was only his third miss of his whole career. You know, only 2 before tonight, so that's incredible.
Galeno, and Bono is showing him a huge portion of the goal. The mind games go on from the Moroccan. Now he's back in place. Galeno, oh, he went that way, and so did Bono. It works. Al Ahli are in big trouble now.
And he's pointing over to Leonardo, I think, because of, again, the compatriots, Galeno and Leonardo. He was telling him where he's going to go, and he pointed down, he showed the heart. You know, he actually, whilst I said he doesn't need your advice, he's thanked him for it, and it's a great save again, down to that left-hand side, but psychology, brilliant, just a step to the right-hand side of the goal, show him so much of the area. But yeah, fair play, an excellent save.
And suddenly Al Hilal can smell that Kings Cup final. Sultan Mandash, and if he scores, then Al Ahli have to be perfect with their final two, and hope for errors from Al Hilal. Sultan Mandash, oh, Mendy got something on it, more than a bit on it. But he could only push it into the roof of the net, and Al Hilal scored all 3 of their spot kicks.
Yeah, just power on it. Mendy's unlucky in the fact that he does get hand to it, but because of the power, he just couldn't do enough to keep it out. And yeah, a fortunate one. At the end of the day, he won't care, it's in the back of the net.
They're right on the brink now, Al Ahli. The latest Royals spot kick taker, Ziad Al Jahani, who came on very late in this game. But he has to score. Al Jahani, and he does score, and it's one of the best penalties of the night.
Excellent penalty. Just backed himself in terms of placement. He didn't worry, he knows the keeper's going to dive, but the keepers can't dive up into that area there, and it was a fantastic penalty. And just it's a little bit of calm now to Al Ahli, but again, pressure back on Al Hilal, but they know they've got one in hand, and it's that man there, Theo Hernandez, who seemed to have a groin injury before, or a groin cramp before the end of the game. But can he put this to bed and finish the game?
Well, he got the first goal of this game, Theo Hernandez, and if he scores again, it will be the last goal of this game to put Al Hilal into the Kings Cup final. Theo Hernandez scores as decisively as he scored within the 90 minutes. And the best team that the Kings Cup have ever witnessed are on their way to yet another final.